dat het coronavirus onder ons is en voorlopig...
What we need right now is a miracle.
Beste reizigers, door de huidige situatie rond het coronavirus is de dienstregeling op veel trajecten in Nederland aangepast. Plan uw reis kort voor vertrek in de reisplanner of raadpleeg de site van uw vervoerder.
Have you ever wondered why there's a column here stood in the middle of the street? Have you ever wondered what a piece of sick has to do with a miracle?
On this very spot, back on the 12th of March 1345, a man lay dying. The family called for a priest whom administered the last rites, gave him the Holy Sacrament, a wafer and a sip of holy water. The man puked it back up again, and the wafer was tossed into the fireplace. The next morning, the lady of the house noticed that the wafer was still there. It was glowing in the embers, still intact. So she fished it out without burning herself and found that the wafer was actually cold. She wrapped it in a cloth, placed it in a box for safekeeping, as you would. A neighbour summoned the priest again, who placed the wafer into his little container, and he washed the cloth. The priest then noticed that the container was open and the wafer had vanished. The next morning, the neighbour had found the wafer again inside her locked box. Obviously a miracle. The priest notified the clergy of Amsterdam and a procession was held to return the wafer safely back to the Oude Kerk. The home of the sick man became a holy site and known as the Miracle Room. Pilgrims came to visit, and in 1360 it became part of the Holy Procession. In 1452, half of Amsterdam burnt down in the Great Fire, including the Miracle Room. However, the wafer, stored inside the miracle box, survived. Another miracle! Huzzah! In 1456, a new holy room was constructed and housed inside the Nieuwezijds Chapel. On this site, the holy site, de Heilige Stede. Pilgrims visited from all around the world, seeking spiritual guidance, including the Archduke Maximilian in 1480. He came seeking a cure for his illness. Well, it must have worked, because you know what? He became Roman Emperor. And to show gratitude, he dedicated a lovely window to the chapel. Then there was the Beelden Storm in 1566. Catholic property was seized, wealth redistributed, and Catholics were forced to meet in secret. The miracle procession ended. The alteration of 1578 saw the Holy Room and the chapel given to the Protestants, whom then used the building to house horses. The miracle was still celebrated in the secret church at the Begijnhof, and the stained glass windows depict the story. In 1881, a document on the miracle was discovered. This document was written in 1651, detailing events and the route of the Holy Procession. And then the Stille Omgang, the silent pilgrimage, was born. Thousands of people joined the procession every year. It became hugely popular and still takes place even until now. Due to the corona crisis, the silent procession was cancelled this year, and until further notice. In 1908, the reformed city of Amsterdam demolished the holy site with great protests by the Catholics, especially after the great success of the popular silent pilgrimage. The remains of the chapel were redistributed around the city, and then this new multi-purpose building took its place. The remains of the Miracle Chapel now appear at the Papegaai, this amusingly named secret church. Here, the next block on the Kalverstraat. Some can be found in the Rijksmuseum, and then this column here, in the middle of the street, just outside, next to the holy site. Standing proud as a last reminder of the miracle of Amsterdam. A strong reminder that through tragedy, fire and upheavals, life will go on. So when you do pass this column in the future in the middle of the street, do remember the miracle, even if you believe it or not. Stay safe. If you want to know more about the secret churches of Amsterdam, do check out my other videos. More information in there.